On this edition of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, we have Jason Abbott, former motorcycle media representative for Honda, now working for Can-Am. And maybe Can-Am has something coming in the near future. You never know. But we talk about lots of things, especially Roost or Endo, which is everybody's favorite segment. And at least we're in unison on this one. You're going to have to listen to the show. It's Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, boys and girls. That means it's Tuesday, coming at you live from Valley of the Dirt People. My name is Jimmy Lewis. I am the host of this show. We're stacking shows today. So this is episode number 174.
No, 73.
Wait, what did we just do then?
Well, that one's going to be whatever episode number one we ever rebroadcast.
Oh, so we're going to redo episode 173, even though I called that one 173. Okay. I wasn't informed. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to figure out what the hell we're doing today.
Right. Well, you know, it's called reaction.
Oh, yeah. A lot of reacting.
You have to anticipate what's going to happen.
Yes.
And then when you feel it, you react to it. So doubling up on shows. Stoked that everybody is here with us again tonight. This is the show where we talk about how to get your t-shirt that never gets sent to you. And it's going to be what we like to call chat question roulette, but we have something even better tonight. You can basically call in on the Seat Concepts Hot Seat Hotline through a Zoom link that we're posting up in the chat right now. So we are going to get this in the chat, and then we'll throw it up there multiple times. So if you have a question,
also in the title, if anyone would like to click there.
Oh, in the title.
It's in the title as well.
The title of YouTube's or the title of Facebook's?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Wherever we're broadcasting, it has the same title.
Okay. So there's all different ways that you can get a hold of us, get in touch with us, come on the show. Matt will screen you, allegedly. This is a little bit of a beta test to a certain extent. And, but this show would not be possible without the help with a lot of our sponsors. But our sponsors, like mainly me, I'm the main sponsor. I would like you to subscribe. Get a subscribe. Have your cat subscribe. Your pet monkey. I want you subscribe all your children. I just want to get subscribers now because I heard that's the thing to do at the moment. It's probably a thing to do before, but I just don't get into the subscription thing, and it's free. What else you're getting what you pay for here. So again, welcome to the show. Jesse G. Yes, double feature. This is right. We did have a question that I'm going to get to that was answered at the end of our last show that we literally almost just finished up. We took a little lunch break, as it were. And we have a special guest tonight as well, which is going to be really cool. Somebody from the Moto media industry. He can probably talk shit on me. Or every other journalist, which would be more, I'd like that better. Couple other things that are coming up. So yeah, Yamaha, Taco, Moto, Scott Sports, Climb. I'm going to talk about some Climb stuff on my product of the week. DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Seat Concepts. I could talk about some Seat Concept stuff too. Bulletproof Designs and Double Take Mirrors. These companies support the sport. They support us, and they make really good products, or I wouldn't be mentioning their name. So if you're in the need of a motorcycle, any kind of thing for your dual sport bike, especially a KTM Husky gas emissions compliant bike, goggles, motorcycle gear, chains and sprockets, computers and kickstands, handlebars or foot pegs, seats, protection equipment, including foot pegs, or mirrors for your motorcycle. These companies have you handled. You can watch their commercials. Their logos flash up on the screen behind me, but that's why I say them, because this is a podcast as well as a video thing, because I don't like to look at myself either. So I just listen and support us through our Rocky Mountain and Amazon links on the website. That's www.dirtbiketest.com. And you can also go to jimmylewisoffroad.com, where I run my off-road riding schools. We have some classes scheduled. We have openings in our classes right now. Registrations are going a little bit slow. I don't know what's up with the economy. Everybody's busy doing things. They think it's cold out here, too cold to ride. But riding and training temperatures are about perfect. little chilly in the morning, right?
It's great for sand tracks.
Great for yeah. You can rip sand track motos all day long and not get too hot and sweaty. Some things coming up this weekend. Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. Allegedly, I am going to get inducted into the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame amongst probably about 50 other like really fast legends of the sport, like lots of fast motorcycle riders. This is taking place in Las Vegas at Gene Wood's Racing Experience, and they rent the hallway above. And so if you want to go hang out with a lot of people that are faster than me, although I'll tell you that I was the fastest, pretty sure, just ask. You can go to, it's free. It's free to get in. They actually do some charity work. They try to get, it's called the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, and they actually get shoes for people in need. So Gene does an awesome job. And man, I had fun ripping around at his electric drift track. The carts aren't very fast. That's because they're spinning the whole time. And it took a lot of control to keep that thing on the track. So pretty stoked. Had a great time there. So, yeah, do that. Check that out. There's also going to be a new Better Rider episode up pretty soon, right, Matt? Couple of them. We get deep into the weeds on the fad. Everybody thinks it's a new fad of standing up, going around turns, which is like standard adventure bike technique. But now all of a sudden, since some of the motocross guys are doing it and making it work, everybody thinks they need to do it, but they don't even know why they're doing it. We break it down. Yeah. Tell you how that works.
Same thing with if you should grip with your knees or not too. We have
gripping. Oh, that's a gripping episode. Yeah. It's all about gripping. And we just had Lyndon Smith of Seat Concepts on our mystery episode. He has a thing called Old Guys Moto Fitness on Facebook. He just started a Facebook group. It already has like 500 people on it. If you're an old guy and you're into fitness and specifically moto fitness, I think there's going to be some good discussions on this group. And I was really excited when I saw it. I don't know how I got tagged. I don't feel like an old guy, and I'm not very fit. So I don't know how I fit in that group, but I did. And so all good. Another cool thing that's out, by the way, if you're not using Rally Navigator 2 when you're making your rallies or planning your rides, anything like this, you should. So new Rally Navigator 2 desktop software, go to rallynavigator.com to check it out. Mike Shirley would love that, and tell him Jimmy Lewis sent you, and maybe he'll give you a sticker. So that's all my stuff. But the question was moose versus tubeless, and it's just up on the feed there. If we scrolled up just a little bit higher, Dave Lerner says moose versus tubeless. So, two completely different things. So moose is a foam insert that goes inside your tire, and it doesn't need anything. You lube it up, put it in there, and run it. And you're not going to get flats. If you're really extreme use, you can wear the moose out or get it to burn up or whatever, but it takes a little while. Generally, you get 2 tire lives, 3 tire lives, depending on how you're using it out of a moose. And a tubeless system builds a high pressure chamber inside of the tire with a very small tube that seals up the spoke nipples. And so it's still an air-based system. It's very, very, very similar to having a tube in there, but it allows you to run quite low pressure if you wanted to, because you're not going to pinch the tube. But if you still get a flat, like if a nail goes through your tire or a thorn goes through your tire, it will still get a flat and leak. Of course, if you're putting some slime or different things like use on the mountain bike, some stands or something like that, it can seal back up. But if you get a slash in it, it's going to go. But it still acts like air. It's still a pneumatic type of system. So that's what the two different things are. I don't know what specifically you're asking. I think for the racing activities and stuff, the tubeless system is, I don't think anybody's using it. Moose is very, very popular with racers or people that just don't want any sort of failures. The tubeless was kind of a thing for a while. It's a little complicated. I don't think it really does much. And in that I don't really ever want to run that low a tire pressure. And if I did, I would actually get a really worn out moose and put it in there. So, hopefully that answers the question. If you have a question, go ahead and throw it up in the chat. Give us a ring through our Restream, through our Zoom link that we posted up there. And do we have is our guest online?
Our guest is not online.
Guest is not online. He said 8:15, so I got to give him about 5 minutes. He had to feed the children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I ran through that stuff pretty quick. Again, sponsors, Yamaha, Moto, which is going to bring you Roost or Endo tonight, right?
Yep, just like usual.
We have Roost or Endo. Roost, Endo are for sale.
Yeah, it's the new segment.
Right. Nobody bought the bike that I slid in there into the for sale thing last week. If you're looking for a badass KTM 525, you know where to go.
Well, I think they're trying to find Mike Hardwood instead.
Rock Hardwood.
Yeah, Rock Hardwood.
Mike's his brother. Not as solid of a guy as Rock Hardwood.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So that guy, I basically bought the bike off of him. So I'm trying to sell it because I knew how much it was worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good times out there. So Scott Sports, light transitioning and amplified lenses. They're amazing on those goggles. And somebody says, why do Scott goggles cost so much? I was asked this the other day. And I'm like, well, hey, they're made in America also. They're made in Utah. And if you grab like other goggles, like especially lower price ones, and you flex them around a little bit, move them around, and then you grab a pair of Scott goggles and move them around. That's the materials that they use in the frame that are a little bit higher quality and a little bit better. That's what makes those goggles fit quite well. Mm-hmm. And just like helmets, goggles are a fit item, and it has a lot to do with the foam. But if the frame is not the way it's supposed to be, your goggles will never fit. So just saying, that's why they're a little bit more expensive. Is there a squeaking noise someplace?
Yeah. Do you have a dryer going?
No. Maybe the house is falling off the.
Well, if the show goes off air suddenly and unexpectedly, we know what happens.
Something's trying to blow up around here. And the other thing I wanted to bring up on my list here. Oh, we also had Andy from Dirt First Racing on our other show talking a little bit about electric bikes. I was kind of hoping he was going to get a little bit deeper into the weeds, and he wanted to too, but I guess we didn't do that. So I wanted to kind of really see where he was at. I mean, he's fascinated with electric bikes. I kind of wanted to find out how deep we were going to get in there. So
yeah. Although it was interesting that we were comparing the free ride to like a 125 up to third gear, and he's making
racing
those conversion kits for 85s essentially. Right.
Well, they're 85 size bikes, but I guess because they're just racing them against 125s. Because I think it would kind of. I don't know if it'd blow Super Minis are fast. The 105s especially are pretty.
Well, I thought you said it was in the Super Mini class.
Yeah, but they had to run it in like a trail bike class that wasn't. They had to run it in a class that was like kind of a non-trophy class. I mean, can you imagine like mini bike dads complaining like that's like a 250F? So that's all you need at that point.
Right.
Hey, Seat Concepts, made since 2009. They are handmade seat products that are made in the USA. Also, they have styles available in a variety of options, low to tall heights, narrow to wide profiles, proprietary foam that is adjusted for each customer based on riding style, weight, and firmness preference. I saw how they poured this stuff into the molds and mixed it and stuff. Crazy. Like you never think that there was that much going into a seat. Designed and built for long haul adventure rides or weekends at the track. Ride with the world of Seat Concepts. So if you need a seat, trust me, that's one of the best places to go. There's a lot of good seats out there, but they make some of the best. So still on hold, right?
Yeah, we're still waiting for our special guest.
Does anybody want? So Mark Daniels doesn't want to know about his T-shirt. I was going to get it. I forgot even what T-shirt I'm supposed to be. Did he win the other Ricky Brabeck signed T-shirt?
I'm pretty sure.
DB T-shirt?
I'm pretty sure.
Right. And somehow you got me that address.
Yes. I wrote it on a sheet of paper, I'm pretty sure. And I put it on that sheet, on that.
because it went to Oxnard. I'm almost positive I sent it because I looked around. I just didn't see the shirt. So maybe his postman has a Ricky Brabeck signed dirt bike test shirt. I'm not really sure. So if you have, and we don't have any questions following in, do we? Nobody has any motorcycle questions at all. All 6,000 people that are watching this show right now. Everybody's got a perfectly set up bike. They don't want to know why to slide the forks up and down the tubes. They don't want to know what the high speed compression adjuster does. They don't want to know how that big giant magnet that replaces your oil filter works inside of an engine.
From Takamoto?
Right. I've actually been doing some pretty interesting testing with that.
Yeah. What have you found with that when you compare it to like a traditional paper filter? And while you explain that, I'm going to go see what the hell that squeaky noise is.
Yeah, find out what's going on. I think it might be a ceiling fan that you can turn off or something before it flies off the rails. One of my cats riding the ceiling fan, could be. So what this is it's something they use on heavy equipment, and it's a big, strong magnet that basically replaces the oil filter. So the oil filter cavity is still filled with oil, but there's no medium inside there. There's just a big magnet that is supposed to get all the pieces out. And so my question was, and it's kind of designed for long maintenance intervals. So in other words, so you don't have to change it, which I typically get I change my filter every other oil change for the most part. And I've never had any like mechanical failures based on this. I pull the filter out and I can look at it, and that's always my sign of health for the engine. But I'm thinking it's going to grab any metallic stuff, but it's going to allow a lot of the aluminum to go through. And so I put it in a bike that had a long time ago had a cam issue. It actually ground some stuff off the cam, or one of the heat treated surfaces wasn't all that good. So I put it in there to see if it would pull anything out. And I pulled it out, and it had, like, I would call it what I kind of expected for debris. I wiped it onto a white rag, and so I'm kind of keeping track of this. Then I put it in another bike. I cleaned it all off, put it in another bike. Then I re-put it back into another bike that had used oil. And so I'm just kind of seeing how much more stuff it pulls out. So doing a kind of a series of things like that to make it work. What's with the weird hat? Well, it's a radiator shroud that's growing out of my head.
Yep.
Dan W5ZT. or my hat over here. This one? The one's like a bell. What's wrong with that one?
Well, I think we just got a special guest on the line here.
Okay, good. We'll bring him on. The special guest tonight, live from we're someplace in Idaho, the backwoods of Idaho. Does he have noise?
I think he's muted right now.
He's figuring it out. Can you unmute him? He's pushing buttons. This is how it works frantically. Technical issues on the other end. This is always good, Matt.
Oh, my thing's all
yeah
right now. Now I just accidentally muted him. There we go.
We're back.
So
Jason Abbott. It looks cold there. You notice he's double, triple layered up?
Yeah. There we go. He should be unmuted right now.
Am I unmuted now?
We can hear you.
There we go. What's up, guys?
Jason Abbott, now with Can-Am, evidently.
Yes, sir. Yep. Can-Am on road, and we're out here in Star, Idaho. It's not quite backwoods like you call it. We're more of on the southwest end. So
southwest of Boise, that big valley that I remember. There was Boise, and then you drive a little bit ways, and there was a city, and then I think you drive a little bit more, and then there was Meridian, and now they're all like connected.
Yeah, no, 100%. They're all connected all the way from Boise to Meridian, all the way to Caldwell. So we're 20 minutes northwest of downtown Boise in Star. So we're right next to Eagle, sandwiched between Eagle and Middleton. So yeah, it's been good. I've been on the road for like the last 11 days. Went down to Vegas for my kids' BMX race. And then went to California for my uncle's celebration of life, and just got home yesterday. So it's good to be back home for sure. California's crazy.
So you don't miss it.
I can't even tell you. I don't remember the traffic being that bad.
It's getting worse. I go back as little as possible. I was just back there this weekend, and when I go there, Heather's house is in Costa Mesa, and I literally get there, and I try not to drive any place. I literally, if I have to drive, the only place I really have to drive is to like recycle aluminum cans or go to Walmart, Home Depot. These are the things I do. And then I'm on a bicycle. I just fixed up some old Schwinn beach cruises that are all rusted out, patinaed. I bought a new set of wheels, threw some tires on it. I got some Cherry beach cruisers. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing this summer, riding down to the wedge, doing a little body surfing, getting smacked.
Oh, dude, that's so good. So good.
Yeah. That's how I keep my neck out of a line so I can go ride my motorcycle. That's what I need to tell Lyndon when we were talking about old moto deeds. I use my dirt bike as a chiropractor because like you get stretched and pulled in weird ways and then you come back all straight. At least I do.
No, 100%. I do the same thing because my back's all messed up. I've been having issues with it, but every time I ride, I feel better for a couple of days and then it gets worse. Right. So it's the motorcycle rider problem. The
worst thing I can do is be stagnant and not not ride. I mean, just not do anything, but not riding is the worst thing for me. So we're going to do tonight. We're doing at least the first part of the show. We're going to do question roulette. And so either Matt or myself will read off the questions and then feel free to chime in and let all of our donkeys here know what's up. And so just a little background on Jason. Jason, I knew from when you were the Honda media slave, right?
Slave, but we actually knew each other before then because I was at Cycle News as a test rider over there for years. So we've done many of media trips,
intros together.
Yes.
Now I hit my head a couple times, but I know I remember this. But you were racing for a while, correct?
Yes, I grew up racing in the SoCal scene from like 1990 all the way through the early 2000s, and then I just got hurt too many times, and hit the head too many times.
Were you doing Grand Prix and stuff?
Yeah, so that was kind of like my transition. So I was kind of going for the outdoors and the Supercross thing, and I did a couple arena crosses, and then I got hurt a bunch. Actually did some IFMA freestyle events back in the day. Like, yeah, hey, whatever paid the bills, right? Like I was just like, right. Hey, I want to ride my motorcycle. But yeah, the opportunity back then, I mean, to ride motorcycles with Cycle News and test everything was really cool.
So you were Kit's guy.
Yeah, Kit is the man. Like if it wasn't for him, I don't know. I wouldn't have got the opportunities that I did. So I'm grateful to have worked with him for sure.
Yeah, I think everybody in the moto industry, if you did journalism, somehow had to pass through the Cycle News filter back in the day. I mean, whether it was writing local stories or, somehow being at the track at the right time to be able to ride one of the test bikes or something. So
yeah,
cool thing. But yeah, we got to know each other pretty well. And that's what probably made you a more understanding media representative, because you had been the guy on the other side for a little while. I need this and give me that and help me with this guy.
No, 100%. And I think in all reality, that's why Honda hired me to be the off-road media coordinator over there, and to deal with all the dirt bike yahoos, right? Because I was one of them, right? I still am, and it is what it is. That's why you never change, right? So, but no, they hired me because I had relationships with all of you guys, right? We traveled all over the place and gone to all kind of cool intros from 2005 for up until 2000 and 15, 16. I was doing it with those guys. So, so that got me the in at Honda and, knowing the right people and, Chris Stronham and those guys, brought me in, and it was great. I think, I was kind of a temporary fix. Right. And then I just ended up, doing an okay job at some of the stuff, and that kept me around for a little while. Right.
The temporary fix. Yeah. Cause I think they sort of outsourced that job, correct? Would that be, cause who was the guy? Was Ray Conway the one before you? Was Ray in charge before you?
So it was Ray, and then, it was Jeff Tigert. So Jeff Tigert was,
okay.
So Ray was way before him. So I dealt with Ray like at the 09, press intro in Texas that we went to and all that, and those guys.
Right.
But, and then I think it was Savino, and then it went to, Jeff Tiger. And then, basically after Tiger, they were looking for somebody to fill the spot. So, that's where, 2016, is when I jumped on over there.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It had to have been after 2006. No, I'm trying to think of what year it is now. I can't remember. It's all a blur. Just a bunch of free motorcycles.
Yeah.
A lot of brand new dirt bikes that were delivered, and a lot of worn out ones handed back in.
Well, that was the fun part, right? Is seeing how they were going to be returned. So they either came back in pieces, or they came back filthy, or they came back really, really, really good condition. Right?
Okay. Way too good. Yeah. So out of all the journalists, all the moto journalists that you can talk, no names, and how many that you know of could rebuild the top end on a 4-stroke?
Man, I mean, there's a few of them.
A few.
Yeah.
Not many.
No, I mean, they
all had a buddy that could do it, or they could take it someplace and get it done. But like if you sat us all down and said, I'd like to see the piston in your hand, and then you have to put it back in, and then the bike has to start. How many could I'd still to this day, I would love to sit around, and if you can do that, then you get invited on the next intro.
No, I think that's hilarious. I mean, it would be a good, like picking them out of the crowd, right?
But because the good thing about that for me is like, then if we did that, I promise you, I would be the absolute fastest guy at the intro. I don't know anybody that's faster than me, and any of those pipsquirt kids they used to bring out that do all the flippy whip, snappy things and off the jumps and over rev it and all this stuff. And they come back and then they sit there and they do the video and they go, yeah, it was like fast. That guy? Well, those guys are gone. They're out because none of those guys, they have the mechanics and stuff. So this is why I always wanted to do this. I mean, I'll even do even 2-stroke top ends, and those are pretty easy.
Yeah, no, let's start with the 2-stroke first, and then I think we got most of them. So, but no, they usually send it away to somebody to build their bike, right? That's usually the protocol.
Or drop it back at door 5. Roll of worked one in, comes out brand new. It's like, okay, shootout time, brand new bike. My buddy rode it for 6 months, brand new bike. Yeah. We're just seeing how it works. Roll it back in, brand new bike. It's like, how's the durability on that bike? It's great. I never even changed the oil. No, I never did that. Did any of the publications I ever worked for ever return the bikes except when we were done with them?
For the most, because that's the thing with the motocross outlets, you have ones that are more of like long term because there's going to be multiple deliverables within the loan,
right.
So, but I mean, there's always the refreshers, the people that want the refreshers every so often, and then there's the other ones that ride them all year, and then that's the test, right?
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean, and I mean, now, like I said, you're getting as the manufacturer, like what your job is to get a lot of press coverage for that bike to get it out there. So they're going to put modification parts on it and stuff. But I was real adamant when we took that bike away from the introduction, if we took it from the introduction or however we got the bike delivered, like we are going to keep our hands on it and we were going to treat it as if it was our own. We were going to change the oil. We were going to do the air filter and then see, just check things maintenance wise. And I was even to the point where like the heading into the shootout, all the bikes had roughly the same amount of time on it. If we got one 3 months early, we'd ride it for 10 hours and park it. And then when we got that one the week before the shootout, it went out for 3 days at the track to get quote caught up with the other bikes. And then in that time, that's when you're working on the setup, have a few different guys ride it, see if there's any characteristics we're trying to get rid of or address. So when we go to shootout, we're familiar with the bike. It's not just like, I mean, and this is why I think that the age of the shootout is over. Cause even back then, and even to this day, I don't think there are bad motorcycles. They're different, and you can pick the wrong one for you, but it's not, it's the job. I think my thing is the job of the journalist was to describe the motorcycle, like make it feel like you actually rode that motorcycle. So you have an understanding. It's like, yeah, I like those characteristics, or maybe those characteristics aren't for me. But in the end, everybody wanted a winner.
Well, I mean, and so the consumer is the winner in this situation, right? Because all of these, motocross models are so good now, right? And so they are very much similar, but they all have they're very much different in their own characteristic and the way that they do things. But man, I mean, right. Like back in the day, I remember, when I used to read the tests back in the day, there was like, maybe one or two good ones. And then there was one that was like, and then there was the other ones that were like throwaways. Right. So like, so now like you have so many models and you have so many manufacturers invested. I mean, granted, one of them owns 3, so whatever, but yeah, the customer is the winner these days. And I mean, I'm kind of in the same dilemma of trying to figure out what the next, dirt bike is, but right. As a consumer, like you have everything at your fingertips now. Back in the day, you used to have to go to the local grocery store and pick up the magazine, or you'd have to be subscribed, or Cycle News on the Wednesday, right? Like those were the ways to get the info. Yeah, that was your source of info. Now it's like instant, like right when stuff comes out. So Facebook user says it's a KTM. I bought it race ready. If it were a Honda owner, I'd have questions. Which one is it? What's he talking about on that?
It was when you were asking for
questions.
It was when you were asking for questions. When we're trying to kill time.
Were you sleeping over there, Matt?
No, my mic was off.
Okay, just checking.
Because I have
show is so interesting. He's a kid. He's got like 2 hours of attention span, and we already burnt that out.
I'm 25.
25 kiddo. Chris Reel has a question for us. You're familiar with Chris Reel, yeah?
Yeah, Chris rules.
So Chris says, when you ride off-road bike in the dark, how much side light do you want? This is a good question. I know why he's asking it, because we're working on some things. How much side light do you want? Because I'm sitting there going, I want it to light stuff up, but I definitely don't want it to be too bright because I'm not looking there. You think about where you're looking and you just know that just try this. Just go out in the dark and take a flashlight and point the flashlight straight in front of you and then turn it off to the side and try not to look. I mean, even you can think about that and do that, and your eyes are going to follow that light. So that's like the beam, the pattern. So I think the ideal beam is a fade. The pattern should fade off to the side, but you don't want too much, because then then it's gonna be a little bit distracting. You sort of want it. I don't know. I remember when we used to race, the worst thing was to have a really strong pencil that overpowered the flood that you had, and then there was this bouncy thing way out in the distance. And I would think the same thing would be same thing on the side. And if it, I don't know, I'm trying to think if it was really abrupt where it shut off, like how far it goes, like how much do you want it to go where you're going to feel like, oh, it's dark out there, it's light. It's a quick question. Good question. Confusing question.
It's very confusing. It's one of those things where it's, if I'm riding at night on the dual sport, I'll have the headlight, but then I'll also run a helmet light because I want to be able to look in the directions, right? But if you had side lights, the side lights, if I'm understanding it correctly, like it would be off the side, like it would be distracting. But if he's talking about side outwards from the headlight itself, that's different. I mean,
do you, so is it like, okay, let's say you're riding in rocks at night and you want to put a foot down, generally these days, the good lights are bright enough to where they actually light up, there's enough reflection off of whatever you're around that it's going to light up a little bit behind you. So those are good questions. This is something where I think we're going to figure out. Chris Smith says, no beam, make it a 360 degree daylight. Yeah. But the headlight thing so when I used to ride mountain bikes, I used to ride a mountain bike with only a headlight. I never put a bike mounted light in because the mountain bike was dancing around and there were crap suspension back then. And your light would be bouncing all over the place where no matter where you looked, your head is actually pretty stable. And if you have a headlight mounted light, wherever you look, there's light. So it's just like, kind of, it's weird because it's dark. You're looking over towards a dark thing and you finally light it up. But lots of arguments will be had when we start comparing headlights. I'm sure. So Squadron Pro, this is a good light. Actually, the XL80 is the better light because I actually was riding the other night with the Squadron and I'd ridden the similar thing a week or two earlier with a XL80, and I noticed that it was about 20 miles an hour difference in speed, where I was able to go, and a little bit different moonlight as well. But so you are now doing some stuff with Can-Am.
Yes, sir.
So can we say three wheelin is a good feeling? Are you using that tagline?
It's we're not using that tagline, but no, it's something that I might use and then I won't tell you about it.
Got it. Because I'm not in that market at all, except every year they have the Ultra 3 World Championships out at King of the Motos, which I'm a feared competitor there, mostly because they're afraid that I'm going to fly off the berm and kill myself. So I think I retired last year in that race because you have no idea how much power an ATC 70 motor with a nice Chinese 110 can put out when you're running it on nitro or something like this, like they do. So
shit. Yeah, no. The Can-Am gig is cool. They approached me over the summer, and they make, BRP is the parent company. So Sea-Doo, Ski-Doo, they make, all the side-by-side Can-Ams. They have boats. I mean, the spread on the BRP company is impressive. But so basically what I do is at the on-road, and it's the 3-wheel vehicles, which are like the Spider and the Riker. And then also what, kind of caught my attention is the fact that they're going to come out with electric motorcycles. So they have like a roadster style electric, full electric. And then they have, say, they call it a dual sport, but it's like maybe like a light ADV style electric bike as well. So super exciting. And so took the opportunity to join the team, and so it's going good right now. We're working on, a bunch of different projects for the year. So it's exciting to get back in the mix.
No square barreled 2-strokes with the old Rotax motor and trying to get one of the Martin brothers to come back to Hare Scrambles racing. None of this.
Hey man, those are some good times right there.
John Martin on that Can-Am, huh?
Hey, it's it's celebrated heritage, right? They were doing some wild things in the past, and they can continue to be innovative in the way that they do things. So, it's exciting now.
Yeah, I had heard on the development or product testing side circles that I talked to that they were doing something with adventure bikes. This came across my radar at some point. There's a couple other, believe it or not, there's a couple other companies that are doing stuff with some adventure things. And there's one thing I wish would happen, but I don't know. It's crazy. But that's a cool thing is there's stuff in the future that could be pretty cool. And like you said, electric. And we were just talking to the guy who built an electric Super Mini. So he took one of those KTM Freeride E's and turned it into a Super Mini. We have a video up on Dirt Bike Test. We just turned our KTM Freeride E. Well, it made it back to California. It hasn't been turned back in. You know how magazine bikes are. They just they never get turned back in.
They just float.
They float around. It's floating in my garage right now. I kind of want to get it back, but I told Trevor he should trade it for like a nice 450 FX or a new 250 TBI bike or something. But they actually, it's hard to get press bikes anymore. When you used to be the editor of the world's largest dirt bike magazine, it's easy to get bikes then. Everybody wants to give you a bike and does stuff. So now we struggle. We're just little dirt bike tests. Need more subscribers. Click the subscribe button right now. Just stop everything, go over, hit the subscribe button, and then I can say we have 10 subscribers, and then they'll say, okay, you can use this bike for a couple hours.
Yeah, everybody should hit it. Tell their friends, right? It's all about the network. So, right, spread the word.
Yeah, it's exactly, and it's just kind of the new face of media and where things are, where they're going, and whether you're like a YouTube channel or an Instagrammer or what. It's funny the questions that the agencies ask these days. I try not to deal with it. I try to put Matt in charge of it, and he just falls asleep. He's over there. He's thinking about He's an astrophysicist, so I have no idea what he's thinking about. Can't even comprehend it.
Sand tracks.
Luckily, I got him out riding last week. Jason, I tell you, our sand tracks out here are epic when it rains. So much fun. They're kind of gnarly. They're not in the beginning. They're not super fun to ride around, but when they get broken in, yeah. All time.
I was actually dreaming about it after the first time.
I try to dream about it every time I see rain in the forecast. I just start. Why is he 125? Yeah. I got a new carburetor.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Bubba Butler sent me a new carb for that thing. He had one in the parts bin. They're probably ripping a bike apart, and I got to braze up the power jet, but it's going to be all good. So Jackie said he just watched a documentary on lithium batteries and the cobalt mines. Not good. Joe Rogan just had the guy on. So this guy watches my podcast and Joe Rogan's podcast. Wow.
You made
That's
it.
good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I made it now.
Yeah.
What does Joe do on his podcast? I know he talks, but does he like sip whiskey or something? Or
I've never watched an episode, so I don't know.
He's too old for you to watch?
Yeah.
Okay. He has interesting people on there.
I think he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I saw the one that keeps going across my YouTube feed. It says he's doing like magic mushrooms honey or something like this. It says he's doing something crazy. Well, I mean, hey, good for him. I mean, if whatever works. Jesse G says BRP is legit. It's the KTM of side-by-sides. Dude, side-by-sides are insane.
Yeah, they just they're paired up with Red Bull, and they did Dakar and pulled off some. My buddy
Kellen was there. Yeah, Kellen was sitting next to can't remember the name now. I'm really good with names. I don't know what was Andrew in. Andrew Short. What was he? Was he in a Polaris? He was in
Can-Am. He was co-driver for the Can-Am team. So
yeah, with Molly, I think her name is the Australian girl.
Yeah, she rules
or New Zealand
sure.
or something. Yeah, Yeah. So he, I talked to him. I was texting him the other day after he got back. He was already out chasing his kid around, on the motorcycle again. Him and his kid and myself have some unfinished business on the flat track. He likes to look back, and he's pretty fast. He has some of his dad's genes. So I'm going to, I think I owe him a little old age and treachery on the flat track. So,
and we definitely need to install, harder cones or.
Oh yeah. He was using the inside way too much.
And he kept redefining what the inside was.
Right.
Like the original inside became the outside of the turn.
Well, I overwatered the inside because I didn't want this to happen. So it's a trick. I overwater the inside. So if you go inside, you're going to slide out. Our flat track's really slippery. He just went inside of that and then pushed the mud back out into the main line, little squirt. So, hey, if you're ever coming through here, Jason, you got to swing by. We're one, as Gene Woods like to put it, one toilet flush to the west of Vegas, just over the hill. That nice hill with snow on it. We're on the back side out here.
I almost stopped by on Sunday because I was driving back up here to Idaho and went through Vegas up 93. And then back up, through Ely and whatnot. But I almost went your way, but man, there's a way you can cut up. You can turn off at Baker and cut straight up and then go up through Tonopah and then use a couple of the other. That's the way I would go. Probably 50%. Depends. It really depends on how good your radar detector is and what your odds of a speeding ticket are on certain roads. But some of the roads are super, Jerry Bernardo is now starting posting on the show. He just mentioned that he almost didn't get her pregnant. Now all we need is Victor to come on and tune everything up. So, hey, a couple other things. I noticed a post on our EXC Performance and Tech Talk about greasing a bike. So, and Mike put it up there as question of the week, and he said he saw a guy about doing a tear down and reed grease on a bike with under 10 hours on it, and how could a bike be that defective and poorly built? And so, kind of throwing that one out at you. So, the one thing I'll tell you about media bikes is generally when a bike is delivered to media, I'll call it what we call a perfect stalker. It probably has been torn down and taken care of and looked over, or at least back in the magazine days. Now I've gone to some intros where it looks like they pulled the things out, slapped the forks up in the triple clamps, bolted the handlebars on, and forgot to check the tires. I mean, literally forgot to check the tire pressure. And they're like, here's the bike. And you're like, you know, so I've had that happen. I've had 20 pounds of air in the tires at a press intro, and I came back. I was like, man, something's weird. But
well, don't worry. Half the guys that can't do the top end, they don't know the difference either. They're just going, oh, these tires suck, or this bike sucks. The forks are harsh. And it's like, do the easy things first. Check the tire pressure. You know, it's my go-to. But back to the grease. I'm going to say that so different manufacturers are a little bit different on how much you can expect them to be greased and stuff. The same manufacturer on different days, I've noticed can be different. It kind of I think it really depends on the mood of the assembly person to a certain extent, and how much grease the bearing supplier really likes to put into some of this stuff. Because I know I've bought bearings like off the shelf, replacement bearings, and you pull them apart and they're pretty darn dry. So, that's what they're doing is they're pulling them out of a bin and sliding them in there. They're not putting extra grease on there. That was kind of expected, I think. So it may go right past that, but when I used to spend my own money and buy my bikes, I would usually ride it basically break it in, and then I would tear it all apart. And I'd have the suspension serviced, and then I would grease the headset, grease the swing arm and the linkage, check the torque on all the engine bolts, sometimes grease the swing arm pivot as well, things like this. And then I didn't have to worry about it for basically 6 months, but generally my bike was getting pulled apart to do the suspension and stuff, and I'd always check the stuff. So it was just part of a normal routine. So I don't know, where do you stand on this?
I mean, honestly, I'd say that greasing the bike, taking it apart, is one of the most important things you could do, and the most responsible things you could do as an owner, right? I've been doing bike work for 20 plus years, and majority of the manufacturers aren't putting enough grease on there to go through some of the conditions that majority of the people are going through. So
like pressure washers.
Yeah. Super pressure washer guy, right? He does a couple laps at the track and then super pressure washer guy. But no, that's one of the main things and the biggest things that I always tell people is like, hey man, you need to take your bike apart, grease it, go through, torque everything. The torque of bolts makes a huge difference on how the chassis and how the bike character is. So yeah, why not protect your investment, and make it to where you're not going to have to, spend hundreds of dollars, a year or two later because you didn't grease anything. So just, yeah, I 100%, 110%, I recommend it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt to check it. And it's never going to hurt to throw a little bit of extra grease on that stuff. Like I saw some of the comments. Some guys are like, drill and put Zerk fittings in on the swing arm pivots and this stuff. And there are some places in the country where you're riding in swamps and mud and, deep water and things like this. And that may be a viable option. But out here in the West, I mean, the only time your bike's going to see water in a lot of cases is on the pressure, next to the pressure washer. And I've ridden, and I'll tell you what, there's certain bikes have better seals around the bearings, the rubber lips on the swing arm pivots and things like that are better. But this is just something you kind of get to know. You learn your machine. So that's my take on it. And then you kind of like learn how long your stuff's going to last too. So, do we have any other questions? Jackie says he was just referring to the electric dirt bikes. Batteries are really bad for the environment. Yeah. I haven't. I mean, I've seen lots of. I mean, that seems to be a trending thing right now, where everybody's trying to push that stuff. But I'm waiting to see the real like kind of carbon footprint analysis of where, what is it? And a lot of it has to do with, are we going to get better at recycling these batteries and this different stuff? I tell you what, lithium is kind of a big talking point, especially out here in Nevada, because we have the only functioning lithium mine in the United States out in Silver Lake. And just north of there, they've another huge deposit. Actually, all the way around there is these huge deposits of lithium that they want to go in and mine. And then there's some back east. I don't know where. There's another company back there that is all ramping up to do lithium production. And they say that's going to just get crazy over the next few years. And it's like everybody's driving around in their, quote, green little car, but they don't see the big hole out in the desert or, the big lithium leach pools that are out there. And yeah, I mean, I can see it. All I know is that every bit of land that they bulldoze up is just other places that we're never going to be able to ride a dirt bike. So however that works out in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's going to stop.
I like riding dirt bikes.
I like riding dirt bikes too. This is I base all my decisions on. It starts like, hey, they want to build giant. I'm going to lose my permits out here because they want to put solar panels where we do our schools. So I can go on all day long about how bad this is for me. And I don't know if you're someplace in California sitting there telling everybody, look at how green I am. I did this and that. And it's like, yeah, I use green energy. And it's like, yeah, they bulldoze my desert in Nevada to do this. And I don't even have solar panels on my roof. We park our cars in big open parking lots that don't have solar panels over them. So why do we need to bulldoze desert? Actually, I rode through for 20 miles out by Lake of Los Angeles. I was on my adventure bike. 20 miles. I passed nothing but lots of white and black plastic tarps blown into the bushes where they used to have pot farms all over the place out there. And I'm thinking, how come they don't have solar panels out here? So, yeah.
Well, do we want to take an early commercial break and come back with Roost Endo?
Yeah. Can you stick around for Roost Endo?
Yeah, I always like Roost Endo. That's a good one.
Did you submit a bike? Did you put a bike in, and are you trying to sell it? You probably still have what? You still have a 450L, right? Is that your dirt bike right now?
Yeah. So my dual sport is the 450L. I have an 03 CR250 for the track when I go ride with my kid, and then I got the 890R Adventure for the other stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, the 450L, the 450L is good. It's very much a open desert style dual sport, right?
Big tank.
I got
big tank.
Yeah, I got the IMS on there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it pulls its weight around. I mean, granted, I have everything that you basically do as far as like making it. It's basically an X with a L headlight and whatever
license plate.
Yeah.
The important thing.
Basically, but no, it's good. It's been a fun bike. We'll see. What the next one is. And these trails up here call for some different machinery. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll come back with our Roost Endo segment.
Yep.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm with Jason Abbott, who is now with Can-Am, and he's doing the Wheelin is a good feeling program, which means on-road Can-Ams. And I got to ride one of those like in the very early days, and this was in Cycle World days, and I think it was actually, I drove the Can-Am one right after I drove one that was built by like a high performance car guy thing. And we took it up in the hills up in Aliso Viejo, someplace like that, to this kind of sort of semi closed down road. And I almost went to jail because it was like a Formula One car to me. I mean, it just felt like it was stuck to the ground and had this crazy, it was just a different experience to drive. So I'm under the impression there's a lot of traction control and a lot of stuff going on in those three-wheelers. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's, the power steering, and then the traction control, and you got, different suspension settings. They're definitely have a lot going on for what they're doing. But it was funny because I actually rode one back in 2006 when they first came out. We were like the pilot program they gave them to us, and a friend of mine rode around and went to different events and whatnot. From 2006 to now, the current models, man, it's they made big improvements, and they're just impressive. Like, they're super fast. Like you said, they're glued to the ground. It allows, people, it allows kind of the door to be open to more people, with those type of models. So it's kind of cool.
So where I see them a lot is they must rent a ton of those in Vegas, because we get a lot of people that are coming out like on tour groups and stuff. It seems like they do a rent and tour. Maybe they go down to Death Valley and stuff. So in the warmer months and stuff, we see a lot of them out roaming around here. And I've actually seen now, when especially the black bikers, when there's a lot of those guys that have, and their Harleys, they have definitely a certain style with the Harleys and stuff, because it's a mix of Harleys and then some of the sport bikes with the stretch swing arms. And now there's always 4 or 5 of those Can-Am Spyders in that group when those guys roll. And I tell you what, those guys are badass. It's kind of like, when like there's a cultural stigmatism, like with certain things like the lowriders, right? When you see lowriders, and we have a group of lowriders here in the city, and I come from, a place with a heavy Chicano background, and the lowriders have a thing and a style, and I like it. I really like the lowriders. I dig those guys that are doing, because they got the neons, and they're doing kind of biker stuff, but they're doing it different. So this is the other place I'm seeing the Spyder. So how are you targeting that market?
No, and they did a really good job with it a few years ago. They partnered up with Amigos and did a successful deal with that. But now, looking forward, we got some pretty cool things in the works that are just kind of outside of the box, very cultural and relevant, and kind of just again, it's like a lifestyle, but then brings in the power sports to it. So there's some cool stuff coming for sure.
But so the idea of that platform was to give somebody who maybe doesn't want to have the quote 2-wheeled motorcycle skills and experience to be like on outdoor, because I don't get it, because to me that doesn't fit my needs at all, other than I tell you what, that thing was, when I rode it, was I needed to be on a track. Let's just put it this way. I was gonna go to jail. I got talked to. We got caught. We were shooting photos because I had that thing sliding and doing all kinds of stuff. But anyways, so is that what it is? Kind of just to get you outside? Well,
BRP is a brand, and Can-Am, they're selling like the experience, right? And so the open road experience out there with the Can-Am, but not having to worry about, holding up a heavy machine, or maybe you're not as skilled as, say, like people that we're used to, or maybe you have been riding for 40 years and maybe you just kind of are going a different direction. But then I see another angle, right, with the car culture, like you brought up, right? It very much has its place in that too. So
customizing, and it's a freak. It's like just like a Lincoln Continental, the doors, suicide doors. It's like, this is weird, but like I said, this thing has 3 wheels, so I can see that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's people get really, really pumped on it. And again, it's, the individual, people are kind of can be who they want to be. Right. And you do all these different customizations to different models. Like we have a rally model. Are you interested in testing the Riker Rally?
Is that off-road?
Yeah.
Does it go off-road a little bit?
It goes off-road. You can do burnouts in the dirt.
No way.
Yeah.
So it's a rally, like rally as in like a Dakar rally, or rally like in you're going to rally it off road. Like
more like rally car, like Dakar would it wouldn't be in that side.
Okay, more like Subaru STI kind of rally, that kind of.
Yeah, so it has
Oh.
longer suspension. It has a skid plate in the front. It has more heavy duty wheels, more kind of like a rally look to them. But
Does
yeah,
does it have a thing where I can hold it on the rev limiter and launch? So I want the thing to go. Like that, like so I can do that at the stop signal, like the guy in the Subaru does all the time.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could do it.
There's no button for it. It doesn't have a button.
There's not a launch control like a motocross bike.
Yeah. Okay. Enough about three wheelers. But so we're going to get into our segment number 173, Roost or Endo. Brought to you by Takomoto. Takomoto.co has everything you need for your dirt bike, especially if it's a Husky FE, a KTM EXC, a lot of the gases. They even have Honda and they have everything because we gave a certificate away to somebody with a Yamaha and they managed to spend it there.
Yeah.
So they have all kinds of cool stuff. They have funnels if you need to put your oil in your motorcycle properly. So Matt, let's get right to it. What's our first contestant? And Jason, you know the rules here. We I don't want to say talk crap about the bike. We comment. We add comments to the fray and discuss the bike with anything about it you want to say, and then the bike that gives us the most. And at the end, we decide whether it Roost or Endo. My vote overrules everything. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, whichever one of these 5 bikes, I think it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bikes, whichever one of these 5 bikes gives us the most enjoyment, satisfies the listeners, or gets the most comments in the chat, you will win the Takomoto gift certificate. So let's start it up.
All right. First up is Scott Zundale. It's just a 2017 Sherco 300. Did not list out the mods.
Oh, that's all it says.
Did not give us the model.
Okay.
Just told us the make.
So he gave us his name, year, make, and model.
Fail.
And then what he's done to it, which is that's a pretty clean looking bike. I mean,
like that's some fresh tires right there.
I'll admit that thing's ready to ride right next to the Suzuki something or other.
That definitely has a little bit, few more hours.
Looks like an RMZ.
Yeah. RMX.
RMX.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. It says RMX on that little thing. What do you know? Those are actually not bad bikes. I mean,
great for hand dragging.
It would have been such a better bike if the guy that was working in your former job, the press liaison, would have actually told me like what the bike was really for. Because talk about being confused. He felt, and you understand this now, having worked in this industry before. Like you're in California, you're releasing a green sticker legal bike and you have to deliver it to media. And there's one way that one manufacturer does it and another one for another manufacturer. And like Honda, and the good thing about you guys with Honda is you just hand us the box stock one and say, here, it's ready to ride. It's, we're not going to do anything to it. And Honda's throttles turn all the way to the stop, to the end. You get full throttle on a Honda. The ECU may not let it rev, but like the Suzuki came with a throttle stop that let it open maybe a quarter. Like Yamaha at least got you half, and it had a whole special ignition curve for it. But the Suzuki, it like went to a quarter where it just started sputtering and backfiring. And but once you take a couple of these things off, that Suzuki was a really good bike. But we technically weren't allowed to, even though I don't know. It was.
It was a very sticky situation.
And then he tried to tell me that Rodney Smith was racing one of these. And so I was racing a KTM and I lined up next to it was I don't know, is it Rodney Smith's mechanic or someone like at a GNCC in the industry race or in the morning race or whatever. And I'm like, I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, so that's an RMZ or an RMX? He's like, no, this is RMZ. I'm like, you told me it's an RMX. So stories changed. So back to this. Oh, back to the Sherco? It's a Sherco.
Actually, the more you look at the Sherco, the more beat up it actually kind of is. You can tell by the pipe guard. Those hand guards are pretty well worn in.
I have hand guards that look like that too. Sometimes I spray paint them when they look that bad. Mm-hmm. They've all been blued out. Well, he gave us a lot of information about the bike, so I don't feel like the need to talk about it too much.
Yeah,
I don't know much about Sherco. Oh no, it's not. Not even close. Don't worry, we'll get there. Save those comments.
This one's just Endo for me because no
info.
Yeah, no info.
Well, you gave him like what, an hour and a half to put this together, and you said first 5. So some of these guys rushed to the punch.
Oh yeah.
He got the picture there quick. He probably ran out in the garage, shot this picture, ran back in, and sent it. And for that, I applaud him.
Yeah. Well,
and look at his bike. I mean, here's the other thing you got. That garage looks really clean. His bike is sitting there ready. As far as I can tell, that thing's ready to roost immediately.
Well, maybe he was so busy cleaning the garage. That's why he couldn't put all the mods on it. He was more concerned about.
I'm going to tell you what it has. It has Enduro Engineering hand guards. It has a P3 pipe protector. It looks like it has an Enduro Engineering skid plate. Could be a TM Design Works disc guard in the back, but I'm not 100% sure because it's a little bit dark. What kind of tires are those? Those look like Pirelli MX Extra tires, maybe? Does he have tugger straps? He has tugger straps?
The tugger straps on there.
This thing's screaming a little bit of extreme enduro with all that protection. It looks like a pretty nice Chariot. Endo.
Got
Jason?
all the rules.
I like the bike. I think it looks like he rides it. But he didn't put any information.
Our guests
she
are
didn't
so
put any
soft.
information, and so it's an Endo because
Endo, yeah,
it's an Endo because he didn't do information. Endo. He didn't follow the rules.
Okay, here's the best submitted photo I think we've ever received.
Ever.
This is Shane Adams, 2019 Honda CRF 250R, factory connection, suspension, and link. Subframe was cut 10 millimeters. Seat concepts, low seat, pro circuit motor and exhaust, Johnny Campbell Racing radiator fan, Vortex ECU, Renthal bars, grips and chain ring, Scott steering stabilizer, Enduro Engineering shark fin, BPR chain guide, works connection, clutch and front brake. Bike is set up for desert, and I am a 5'2", 58-year-old rider.
The only thing I can see in this photo is a red blob and a M with a novice stripe from District 37 in the front, which tells me a couple things. He's probably cartwheeled a couple times, hit his head, and evidently he needs to go have his vision checked. Yeah. Because if he sent this photo in and thought it was okay, because it's not like it was like a. It wasn't like, you know how you sometimes you take a couple photos on your phone and one's really blurry and then the autofocus catches up or whatever, mm-hmm. and maybe he just selected the wrong one. But if you can't see that this is blurry, this is a well set up motorcycle.
Oh, I actually quite like this bike, but Jimmy, I have a question. Is this what it's like when you're over 50 and you take your readers off?
I don't put them on.
Oh, okay.
just so that this doesn't happen. Did you notice I bought? Are you picking on me right now? Because I bought 2 new sets.
No,
because I lost my other sets because I couldn't see them.
No, I'm not picking on you for that.
Yeah. If I put my readers on, am I going to is this bike going to magically come into focus?
No, I think he just wanted us to know what pain he's going through.
This is what it looks like when I tried to read the number off of a jet. When I'm like trying to look, and is it a 45 or a 42 pilot jet? I see this, and I mean I put it every distance, and just when I think it's coming into focus, it's so far away the number is really really small. So,
Endo. Yeah. Even though I actually really like this bike,
I think the bike is really good too. I mean. It's like when it started talking about cut 10 millimeter subframe, it's like this guy's gone to some extra effort to put this thing together. Mm-hmm. So that's an Endo. Although look at that,
we submit the photo and it might be a Roost.
It's not like we'll recognize it or anything, right?
Yeah.
Jason.
So I mean, he did all the right things to the bike. He did everything. He looks good, but I think that he needs to graduate from the flip phone and get a new phone so it takes a better picture. So that's an Endo.
Right. Yeah.
It's a shame because I really like that bike. I like seeing a bike that's
it's good. He's passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one is going to be Michael Bialoni. The 2020 Husqvarna TE300i, a Cherubies 3.1 gallon fuel tank, DDC 52 tooth rear sprocket,
Yes,
DDC front
DDC,
sprocket.
original sponsor of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. Thank you, Nate, for believing in this. And the only reason I'm saying that is obviously because I need some more sprockets right now, right?
Yep. Regina Enduro Z-Ring chain, TM Design Works slide and guide kit, Lex Duraflow pipe, FMF turbine core, 2.1 silencer with spark arrestor, Bulletproof Designs radiator guard, Bulletproof Design rear disc
Great
guard.
company, that Bulletproof company.
Yep. AXP Extreme skid plate, Cycra Pro bend with handlebar clamp mount, Enduro plate license plate holder, Neotech tubeless system in the rear only. I hope he's talking about the tire there.
Jason, we'll open the floor with you.
You know what? Like, the guy built a nice bike. Kind of
Are
makes
you asking
me feel,
if it's for sale?
It's a bitchin'
yeah,
bike.
right. I might be looking for a 300 if he wants to sell it.
I'll tell you what. You go any place north of you and go riding. It's 300 country. I spent 6 days up there this year, and it was just that's why they make these kind of bikes. Especially the ones with really low power that evidently blow up, like if you ride them like for 4 miles after you buy them. But anyways,
I like it. Looks like he's out doing it. I'm going with the Roost right now.
yeah, I'm
Roost.
I'm Roost too because I want to go riding where he's at. It looks beautiful country.
That rock looks like it'd be fun to ride up.
Yeah. Ride up, put a nice dent in that Lex pipe. I'm testing one of those currently. I got plenty of time on one. I'm really impressed. It's basically they've copied a stock KTM pipe, which frankly I think works really good. And I've got one on my 300 currently putting it through the ringer. The other thing, I like this his sponsor list as well. I like this bike. I definitely think it roosts, but I'm a big PDS suspension guy. Jason, are you pro PDS or anti PDS?
So I'm neither right now. I'm in the testing. I'm in the testing phase. So
right.
I haven't made up my mind yet on which direction I'm going. But I do hear that the PDS is better for like the hard like enduro style and hill climbing and whatnot.
Anytime you're going to hop over something and go over something and you have the potential for linkage drag, it's huge. It's like I just because this is the biggest thing I'm having to get used to with my Tenere. Is that it has a linkage on the back of it. So now I have a skid plate that does what this thing does, has that glide plate on it, but I still notice it. So can't fault him for choosing the Husky because I have a thing for Huskies. They're pretty nice. This bike roosts. There's no two ways about it. I think it's he hasn't done anything crazy. He's done a lot of really good little mods and he's got a license plate for it. Jeez, all pretty good. Yeah, that's a roost on my list. Like the photo too.
Yeah, he put effort into it.
He did.
It's in focus.
Hey, it's in focus, and he worked it. He's got a little backlight going, but the trees are robust. Just there's the bike's popping off the page. We used to call it.
Yeah.
Good look. Good look.
It's like the Lion King.
That's Pride Rock. Yeah. Okay. Next up will be Jason Sarner.
Oh, there. I see Jason. Hi, Jason. I mean, Jason's shadow.
So this is a 2022 350 EXCF. Comes with a Cherubies 15-liter tank, desmogged Moto Git, FMF 4.1 slip-on, Scott steering dampener with BRP undermount, molecule skid plate updated since the picture, Enduro Engineering radiator guards, reflex hand guards and recurve mount, Swift Kicker kickstand. That is a fun brand name and product, by the way. Swift Kicker kickstand.
So let's roll back to molecule skid plate. It updated since photo.
Yep.
So he has what looks like the TM Design Works skid plate.
TM Design Works. Yeah,
That's kind of what it looks like. What was the reason for the upgrade or change? I mean, I'm kind of did he because I think the molecules only come in black. I don't know. Maybe they come in orange or something like that. But did he want just a black one? Or did he use the skid plate? And this is my question. Did he use the skid plate in a level where he needed to replace it? Because I want to see a picture of that. Because that would be gnarly. So Mark's we should let Mark vote on these things. He's got a lot of endos going on out there.
Yeah. So let's see. Back to Jason's bike. ATK, mother of all oil filters. Taco Moto oil cap. Seat Concepts low comfort seat, Moto minded dash, Moto minded / Baja Designs headlight with an Epic 60 watts, anti-gravity 8-cell 240 lithium battery, golden tire, giant loop tail rack, sick ass tail titty and light.
Did he call it a tail titty?
No, tail tidy.
Tidy
but
tail.
It's ingrained in the show now.
Right.
P3 pipe guard, bulletproof brake tip, bulletproof rear disc guard, double take mirror, Tokyo off-road capacitor, Midwest Mountain Engineering brake and clutch levers, Dirt Tricks dome washer, Dirt Tricks sprockets.
Dirt Tricks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Superior brand.
Not DDCs, right? It's okay. They're good. The Dirt Tricks, I used to run them. They're good. Actually, the one thing they do have is that coloring. They do that kind of that coloring where it's like I have a set of forks.
Yeah,
the forks I eat off that have that coloring. Where it's like it looks like it got hot. Like when titanium gets hot, it has that coloring. So, Rob Metzger. Ever heard of Rob Metzger? Do you talk about hours and prices on these bikes?
Only if they're for sale.
If they're for sale, we do. Rob, are you in the market, or you just send yours in? Put a little asterisk next to the for sale part. We'll leave that out, and then we'll just drop it in subtly. But no, trust me, we're not picking these off the classified ads. These guys, Rob, are sending it in to win a $100 gift certificate from Taco Moto. And this guy has spent thousands at Taco Moto. And I'm sitting there striving to say, like, he's done everything, including getting himself in the picture.
And his buddy.
And his buddy just got in the way, but he got himself in the way. You know, he's going for the afternoon light and all that stuff, but just to walk into your own photo. This is the stuff
Take a step back.
This is the stuff I used to have to do this when somebody would say, I want to be a photographer for Dirt Rider magazine. And they'd send this photo in. I'm like, okay. No.
This is a hell of a bike right here.
Hell of a bike. Is the suspension lowered?
I don't think he mentions it. No. But I can't tell in the photo.
There was also something about when you turned the handlebars away from the camera. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's saying something. I don't know what it is. I'd rather turn him in. And do you think he's hiding a disc guard?
No, he is not, because he actually submitted 2 pictures.
Oh,
I picked this one because it was the side profile, and the other one you can tell there's no front disc guard.
The other one's just a head on.
Yep.
I'm looking at it over on the screen over here just to verify. Oh, I want to go riding there. And
doesn't that look awesome?
Yeah, look at the dirt caking up on the tire.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sign of either really good times or really bad times.
I'm gonna assume good times because everything else about this bike is clean.
Right, but
indicating no tip over.
It might just be starting to rain in front of him. It's had those thunder showers, then your wheels turn into donuts, big giant donuts. Never happened to me before.
Right.
Just heard stories.
But
oh yeah.
Bike.
Hard roost.
Bike hard roost, really.
Hard roost, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a 350, and I actually really like 350s.
Well, that's right. You're big. I like 350s too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it roosts. I'm going to give him a pass on the photo. I think it's okay.
Yeah, Jason, where are we at with this one?
It looks like he's using a real camera, though, doesn't it? Doesn't look like he's putting a camera up to his face.
Nah, it looks like he's just holding his phone sideways.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Hey, I thought you said it was a 450. Wasn't it 450?
350.
2022 350 EXCF.
Okay. All right. Well,
No, 2017 350.
Oh no, that's the next one.
That's the guy.
What's the next one?
Yeah. I realized he put his urine model in the subject line of the submission.
Right. Okay.
So this guy, I know you're not pumped on his photography, bike positioning skills, Jimmy.
Don't tell him he's your father-in-law.
I'll give him a pass on that.
Uh-huh.
But because this picture, this bike makes me want to ride. Like, this guy's doing it, right? Like, this is the
right.
stuff I'm into. Like, he has all the right stuff. He's out in the middle of nowhere. He's with his buddies. Like, it makes me want to ride. So yeah, I'm going Roost on this one for sure.
Hey, are you one of those Wolfpack guys? Are you Wolfpack?
I'm not Wolfpack. I'm
Wolf Enduro.
I'm a solo guy.
Okay, just didn't know if you're because I found a radio and I clipped it on and I thought I was going to magically be part of the Wolfpack because I had I clipped it onto my thing. But I know those guys. They're so much about community and that whole thing, and they get some people really motivated to go places they shouldn't.
Yeah, no, and those guys are great. Those guys are great people. I know a bunch of them. I think it's good what they're doing for the off-road community and kind of shedding light on like the whole side of it. You don't have to be a racer, right? You go out, have fun, and go ride with your buddies and
right.
just do all that shit.
This reminds me of one of their bikes, except it needs like a radio mount. Hey, does he have a Voyager Pro up in the handlebars too on this thing?
It doesn't look like it.
What's up on the handlebars in that thing?
He did have a double take mirror.
Oh, it's a folded down double take mirror. Could be.
Well, no, looking at that photo again,
it looks like
a Voyager, huh? It does.
Yeah.
Hey, how do I know this stuff? How do I just hone in on the sponsor products? Because I'm a shill for all these companies.
This now hurts his submission. If that's a Trail Tech Voyager, then he didn't mention it.
Oh no, you're not going to dock him for.
Well, it just went from hard Roost to Roost. I mean.
Okay. Oh, because you were going more on his performance on his submission. You're stoked on the bike, everything's good, but then the fact that he made a nice list, didn't have any misspellings in it, it didn't require 4 emails on your side. Yep. You're all happy. It's a Roost. We'll just leave it at that. Leave the poor guy. Yeah, what
Jason,
do we got next
for you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a Roost for sure.
Hey, we're all in unison here on this show. Where it's not like bringing Ricky in here and he just goes against everything we think.
Yeah, this is one of those rare shows where everyone's in agreement on the
they're
submissions.
easy. They're
easy.
easy.
So this next one is a Tim Wilkerson. I'm trying to get that photo line. There we go.
This is a Wolf bike for sure.
Oh, because of the black.
Yeah.
Well, this is almost like this is a twin of that other bike. It's like it's like another bike in another location, but I think it's the same bike when I just glance at it.
All right, 2017 KTM 350 EXCF, Race Tech tuned suspension, Akropovich exhaust. No, he spelled it so
good
wrong.
job, Cooper.
Look how he spelled it. Look how he spelled it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to give you a pass in that.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me see what it's called. Crow pry. A crow pry.
Yeah. No. I had to look at the photo for a second. I'm like, oh, it's Akropovich.
Akropovich.
Okay.
And right there it says, however you spell it.
Okay. C Concept seat, Dunlop 606s, Bridgestone heavy duty tubes, Rudy Moto R7 with Moto minded mount.
Hey, Dylan Howe, who just commented in the chat, he said maybe next time my bike will make the cut. Almost all my stuff is from Taco Moto. I could use $100 rebate. This isn't Roost Endo or get $100 rebate. This is Roost or Endo or maybe for sale, and it's a reward, so you can spend more money at Taco Moto, like everybody should be doing.
Well, I hear their snorkel. I heard their snorkel
The underwater kit.
Yeah. I hear it's coming soon.
It's coming soon.
Yeah,
It's in stock. After all these rains, they probably had time to test it.
Yeah, according to the website, it's coming soon.
Okay, keep reading.
All right, KTM factory Euro tune, emissions removed, high flow air filter, but reeds left installed, 6-day rims.
Oh, that's a smart move. In fact, can I interrupt?
Again? Oh, I mean, sure, yeah.
So I was out on the dry lake bed the other day, Jason. This might sound strange, but I was riding a Husaberg 570.
Oh, wow.
Not my Husaberg.
Ding,
It was a
ding,
Husaberg.
ding.
Yeah. It's a Husaberg I bought from a guy back in Atlanta. And this thing was sent up to ride this thing called the Sandblast Rally, which is like high speed, big, wide sand roads. And these guys build twin cylinder bikes often win it. But so this guy built a Husaberg 570 and he did modifications to it. God knows why, but he wanted more power. So he put a high compression piston in it, all the things, ECU, air filter, a pipe. It has what was that? What was the other thing? It had there's something else that everybody does, but it doesn't have reeds to take out because like it would suck the reeds in, chew them up, and spit them out, and go, I don't need those. That's what a Husaberg would do. So it had everything done to it. And so I'm riding with my buddy who has a kind of 22-ish, 23. He has a KTM he has some Taco Moto. He has he has a tuner, a JD tuner on it, and all this stuff. And so I say, hey, let's go on the dry lake because this Husaberg's not running just right. It's not as, so I go, let's do some roll-ons. So we did our third gear roll-ons. And after every single time we do a roll-on, he finally got one where he sat far enough up in the tank so he wasn't looping out. Mm-hmm. By the way, he was smoking me almost every time.
On the 570?
On the 500. No, the 500. No, the 570 was getting smoked. And then we then we ran it through the gears. Mm-hmm. And I know Wayne he has a Pro Moto billet end cap. That's basically fuel tuner, Pro Moto billet end cap, reeds in the bike. His other buddy has the identical bike with the reeds out. And I was tying or beating the other guy. Mm-hmm. And Wayne every single time blew our doors off or almost looped. Reeds in. Okay? Mm-hmm. So case closed. Okay, so back to reeds are okay. Don't be scared of those things.
Okay. So 6-day rims, Taco Moto fork wrap turn signals, Taco Moto tidy tail, Enduro Engineering radiator braces / guards, IMS overflow coolant reservoir, Boysen coolant pump, P3 carbon pipe guard, a Cherubi's black plastics, a Cherubi's 3.1 gallon fuel tank, Taco Moto fuel filter, larger rear sprocket / front stock front, Dirt Trick sprocket washer, ODI, Rogue lock-on grips, wraparound handguards, double take mirrors, giant loop handlebar bag, Moscow Moto rackless 10 bags.
Dirt Tricks sprocket washer. Oh, sprocket washer. So I was thinking wash clean.
Yeah, like
the
a
sprocket.
pressure washer.
No, it's actually a upgraded bevel washer that mm-hmm. goes on there to hold this. I know this because those actually do wear out, and the Dirt Tricks ones are pretty good. Like I said, this reminds me a lot of the other bike. It seems like they're kind of twins, except.
No, I like the other one more.
You like the other one more?
Yeah.
I like this one because it's a KTM and it has a PDS suspension, sir.
They both had PDS.
Oh wait, that's right. I'm thinking of the one before.
Oh, the Husky.
The Husky, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking the other KTM more because this KTM had Akrapovich spelled wrong in its details.
Okay, how did he get 6-day rims?
Probably from the same guy who gave him the crappie exhaust.
Did it start out as a 6-day or just end up with 6-day rims, or you got some hookup where the guy that sold me the seat stay and stuff had a really clean set of Warp 9 wheels that he was willing to actually brand new, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, what if it's just Warp 9 wheels, but he switched the 9 to upside down for a 6?
Warp 6 wheels,
yeah.
Which is, yeah. I don't know. I like this bike. I have no problems. I kind of want to go riding there too.
I like the other place more.
Oh, the dirt looks a little bit wet there too, and he's been riding through some puddles. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Would you go black on the handguards, Jason? Would you just keep the wolf dark theme?
The black gets so hammered with the bushes.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so I would put some graphics on it, maybe some sick graphics. The only thing that's kind of like bumming me out on this bike is the tires. I do not like those tires at all.
What tires do we have? I didn't.
Stinglop 606s.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, if you're going to log a lot of street miles, those are good tires. Hey, better than the
TKC 80s.
The stock ones, yeah, better than the stock ones for sure. The bike's just not heavy enough to make the 606 tires work. The 606 is the best tire you can put on the front of your XR 650.
Good on KLRs.
Actually, it'd be good on the KTM. It'd be good on the KLR. It'd be good on the KTM 690, Husky 701s. But
that's true.
This one endos for me.
Oh, really? I'm giving it a Roost. He's got a double take mirror, right?
A crappie ruins it for me.
Double take mirror. A crappie.
I'm going to crop this photo out of the show.
This guy's going to hate on you, Matt. I'm pretty sure Tim Wilkerson's going to send you a little special email.
No, he was really nice in his emails.
Some hate mail.
He's really nice.
I'm giving it a Roost. Jason?
I think because of his tire choice and his bike being too clean, I'm going to do an Endo.
Oh man. Okay. See how I take everything personal? I'm like feeling like it's a threat. It's a threat on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up to the point in this segment where none of these bikes appear like they're for sale. I don't think anybody's like,
no.
None of these are going to go on the auction block tomorrow.
Definitely not. But
where are we sitting with our $100?
Well, where are you sitting with your $100 as the host of the show, the creator of the show?
Michael Bellini, the Husky 300 two-stroke.
Shit, I was actually going to say that too.
Really? Oh, why? Do you want to argue some more?
I was hoping to argue a little bit, but
I
like the photo.
Yeah, I like the photo. It could, he's been smart with his mods. There's no doubt in my mind that we give this guy this $100. He's going to spend it on something useful and effective. He's not going to buy the snorkel kit.
Right.
Or a bunch of stickers.
Like, look at that clutch cover. This bike is used, but still kept clean.
I can't see the clutch cover. The photo's not big enough.
It's pretty.
Zoom in on that clutch cover. Bring it up on the show. Come on, Matt. Do some magic.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, Dylan. Next time your bike could make the cut, just did you send it to? If you sent it to Matt, he probably has it.
Or if you commented on the Facebook post, I got these so fast I didn't even check the Facebook post.
That's how it works. Make it easy. Make it easy for Matt, and then you win.
Yeah, there we go. A crappie. Yeah, you can kind of see how worn up that.
But he doesn't have. He has wraparound handguards. Go to the side of the wraparound handguard if we can. I want to see if that thing's all scratched up.
Actually, we're not getting this thing much bigger.
The distance of the photo is doing this thing some help. Oh, he's got the ball smasher tank too, doesn't he? Look at that thing.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's a knuckle.
Well, it's still a Roost.
Yeah, good. Don't look at it any closer. Let's just give him the money and get out of here.
Yeah, Jason, who has your vote for the $100?
The KTM, like the guy made me want to ride. Like I want to go ride.
Oh,
that's where I want to go.
Okay.
But that KTM dude has like all the parts that you could want on his bike. The Husky dude, he
could use some parts.
He looks like he needs some parts, but the fact that he's only running tubeless on the rear, like use this money to go get a tubeless on the front also. Right? So you're tubeless.
Okay, so we started off the show with a question. I'm going to throw this. It said tubeless or moose? ? And I don't know if the guy was asking about the differences between that, but I see those as two completely separate things. Don't you?
Yes, but
like what? So I always kind of in the beginning, like I right when tubeless came out, and the first version of tubeless really had some problems. There was some sealing issues and some other stuff. The version 2, which didn't take that long to come out because Like if you really knew what you were doing, you could get tubeless one to work. But he changed some stuff with the sealing and everything like that, and so everybody could get it to work. And so I spent a lot of time getting tubeless one to work, and then I was a little sour on it. And so I'm like, I don't need the extra hassle. I don't have any problems with tubes. I'm not smashing rocks, and I don't really want to run that low of pressure. So my question to you is sort of like, do you ever use tubeless?
Yes. So it's funny because I currently run heavy duty tubes at, a mild PSI, like a 12 or something, 10. Right. Like I keep it because I'm not looking for maximum traction. I'm just looking to get where I'm going. Right. The tubeless is a very interesting system. I think that it handles a variety of situations very well. Right. Where like the moose is interesting because I've used it with desert. I've used it with like SRA GP, or like the 24-hour where you're riding track and, done some of the off-road stuff, some of the moto stuff. And the moose is very interesting because it just like floats. Like it doesn't have this direct drive. It kind of like moves around a little bit. Where I feel like
the moose, you're feeling the moose wallow.
Yeah. Where like the tubeless, you can dial it in a little bit more to where you can hit all of these different things and have the optimal setting, right?
Because you can change that's good. So with the tubeless, you can externally change the pressure, so you can change the characteristic of the thing. So you can add pressure if you want it to work one way, and you can take it out where once you've got a moose in there, you had to put a whole different moose in there to get a different pressure thing. And so for me is like, okay, so that aside, like the reason I use moose is for no failures. I want to have a no failure system. And I understand, if I'm going down to Baja and doing high speeds, there's the potential for failure. And I know how to set it up so that won't happen. That's expensive and requires having new mooses and things. But you go with tubeless. So I've never really been convinced that tubeless is that much better than a good. And I don't run the heavy duty tubes. I run what we call medium tubes. So I run Kenda's medium thickness tube. It's called their tough tube, but it's not. They have an ultra thick tube, kind of like that Bridgestone tube that some people run, which to me, I haven't noticed. Even in my racing, we used to run. I was sponsored by Metzler and Pirelli at different times. We used to run their medium and heavy tubes at different times. And I never noticed a difference in pinch flats once you went up from a thin motocross style tube to a medium tube. So I can run a medium tube and do everything I can do with tubeless versus, investing in this tubeless thing that has like, if a thorn goes in it, it's gonna leak just like a tube would. And then
that's the weird part. It's like you're having to prepare for these different situations based on that setup. So then you would have to bring those little
tire plugs,
the plugs that you run in there like a street bike,
which are way easier. And trust me, they're way easier out on the trail to plug your tire. If you get a small leak, it's really easy to plug your tire as opposed to take it off and put a tube in it. And I think that's the advantage. And if you run slime or like stands or something in your thing, as long as it's not a big slash, the big slash is like the end all for the tubeless. And the reason why I think most people run tubeless is because they want to run really, really low tire pressure, which you can with a tubeless, but that makes it prone to really slashing it on a rock on the, rock to rim to smash the tire. So I think it's a never ending debate.
It's just like adventure bike tires, right?
Kenda Big Blocks. I just run Kenda Big Blocks all the time on whatever comes stock, whether it's a tube or it's a tubeless. I just run them.
Right.
And then if it's a tube, actually, even if it's a tubeless system, I still carry a tube to get me out of the problem. But if it's tubeless, I just carry patches. So it's the same sort of tube and tubeless. It's not tubeless like we're talking for the dirt bikes, which is a system made by Nitro Moose, the same company that makes the Nitro Moose. They make these things. So here's a whole nother thing. Have you heard about running a tubeless tire system in conjunction with the Moose with nitrogen pumped into the tire? You heard about this?
Okay. So a Moose,
next level.
Moose with a tubeless and then nitrogen.
So it depends on how some people actually put the tubeless system in as a, they get the Moose and the tubeless system in, but some people just seal it like a tubeless, like an adventure bike rim, and have a Moose in there. So the Moose is like a run flat. The air pressure kind of keeps the heat from getting to the Moose. And if you get a flat, you hardly even notice it for the most part, because then it starts running on the Moose.
That's cool.
It's heavy. It's a little heavier, but it's that full on, like next level. And I think for some racing applications, this could be a thing. Like I was literally thinking, like, shoot, the Dakar guys should be running this on the marathon stages. They should have a setup like this to just give that Moose that little bit of extra life so they can run it hard. And then, the next day they can, if they want to, they can bleed the pressure out of it and let it down, or maybe it bleeds out on its own. Who knows? But there's some really smart people that always think one step ahead. So this is where things are at. You heard about it on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, by the way. Mm-hmm. Just dropping bombs of secret information.
Yeah. Well, speaking of bombs, is there any products we want to drop?
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Michael, congrats, and just reach out to me. We'll get you set up.
Yeah. For winning the Tech Talk Taco Tuesday Taco Moto Rooster Endo segment award, $100 gift certificate.
Yep.
What should we do for a product?
Well,
you're a Fox guy, right? You're Fox gear?
Who?
Jason?
Yep. Yeah.
Can I talk about climb gear?
You can do whatever you want. I do my thing, you do your thing.
Hey, the Fox makes some pretty cool stuff. I see somehow you always seem to be associated or doing stuff with Fox. And I just noticed that. But I got a couple of the little product of the week, we call it here. It's brought to you by Bulletproof Designs, right?
Yeah.
Currently?
Yeah.
As long as the check clears?
Well, yeah.
So we're going to talk about another one of our sponsors, because I'm really, really happy that I get to wear climb gear, because when the weather turns ugly, climb's good stuff, right, Jason?
Oh yeah.
Can't say anything. You have to be quiet. No, just kidding. So these are inversion gloves. Since they're a snow machine company primarily, talk about guys that know how to. And when they talk snow machine, it's not like cruising to the next bar on a snowmobile. These guys are out doing gnarly stuff, and so they're working on the snow machines. They're not just trying to stay warm, but of course you need to be. Hey, Michael Bellini's in the chat and he's woohooing it.
Yep, he's excited. He's stoked.
Good job. I mean, that's a good bike. Bring it over to my house. I'll ride it for a little while. So the inversion glove, and this is the heavier version. This is I think the Inversion Pro, and then there's the regular inversion. There's probably nothing more miserable than riding around with cold hands and fingers. Mm-hmm. And I think I talked about, like last time I said I went riding and I was wearing the inversion, super awesome. Like I just wanted to bring them on and tell you that these are, like, I don't like thick, heavy gloves, and these are just close to the point where they get a little bit too thick, like the Inversion Pro. It has a little bit of insulation and stuff in there, so it makes it difficult to get a really good feel for the levers and controls. But the regular inversion glove is thinner and super nice. So comes highly recommended. They're not cheap. But how old do you think the gloves that I loaned you the other day were?
Pretty old.
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6 years at least.
Yeah, and you know how much I ride, right?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, and they're and I use them like gardening gloves sometimes when they're in, different thing. We work on trails.
Oh, yeah.
So heavily they're super wear resistant, and they fit, Jason, almost as good as Fox gloves. And if you've worn a lot of different gloves, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the finish. No, but I've worn some climb stuff too, for adventure bike, man. They got it figured out.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time doing testing and R&D, and like I said, when they start talking about cold stuff, I guarantee you, I'm like just very small on the scale of input. They have guys that really know how to ride aggressively when it's really cold, and then not freeze and not overheat, and that's kind of important, especially when you're talking about something like this. And that's where that's why they have so many different levels of warmth controlling gear and gloves. The whole inversion layer, it's a layering system that works pretty well. But do you like the gloves? Keep your little digits warm when you're riding out to the sand track?
They definitely weren't sized for me.
Oh.
So I actually ended up wearing gloves underneath them. And yeah, they were pretty good.
There's no way your hand is smaller than this thing.
No, not lengthwise, but your fingers are a lot
short and stubby, I like to say.
Yeah. My fingers are a lot skinnier.
Yeah, larga y duro. Long and hard, not mine. So, okay. We're replying to Aaron. She said, tubeless makes a rim wrap. Oh, use 3 millimeter. Okay, here. So now the chat is going nuts right now talking about that, how to make a tubeless system. Have you ever done this? Have you ever made a tubeless wheel out of a spoked rim?
Oh yeah, like Harleys and even the mountain
like
bikes,
BMW. So like mountain bikes and stuff. So they have different systems of ways of doing it. Like the one. Okay, so I'll tell you how I do it. What I do, because I've had some wheels spoked up for adventure bikes, and I wanted to keep them tubeless, and so it's not cheap, but you can get it at Home Depot. It's like the caulking that they use on rain gutters. So it's really water resistant. It's really sticky, but it stays pretty flexible. And you basically put a lot of that down in the rim dish, and then you wrap around, a thick duct tape. But what's even better than duct tape, the problem is the adventure bike rims are kind of wide, so you need a duct tape width wrap. Where there's the other stuff that a lot of the companies, it's that stretch to stick kind of adhesive tape. Have you ever used that before? It's like a plumbing application. So I always carry some in my fanny pack, and it's basically when you stretch it and touch it to itself, it sticks. Like when it's compacted, it doesn't, and it has like a plastic film in between it, so it doesn't stick together when you carry it. But if you can use that, if it was that thick, and it's this, and then it forms to like a kind of a much, once it's stretched and it sticks, it makes itself kind of harder. So anyways, between some way of using this waterproofing / airproof membrane and a wrap around it that's really tight, you can literally turn a tube style rim into a tubeless. But it's not tubeless, because the tubeless system, actually, when you blow it up, it also holds the bead of the tire against the rim from coming off. That's why you can run at low pressures. But if you're going to stuff that mousse in there, this way you can have an air chamber in there using the tire, and that way. And then I use a valve core. Sometimes I'll use one off a tube that I've cut out of a tube, or you just you can buy a rubber mashed, so it seals up the valve stem hole. And you can also put like double rim locks. If you have a second rim lock, you can just put another, instead of a rim lock in there, you can put in a second Schrader valve and seal up your whole rim, and then put pressure in there. Rescue tape, Mark Daniels. That's it. Yeah, roof sealing tape is what we're getting here. This is where the chat is super awesome. They kind of throw in some things. People, it's a complicated system to set up. This is true, and it takes different things. Because I've just thrown a mousse into an adventure bike tire, and it when I got a flat tire, it didn't take it very long to light on fire. Let's put it that way. You don't want to put 400 pounds going down the freeway when you get a slow leak onto it was run flat momentarily, then start smoking. Danger.
Aren't they supposed to come out with or aren't they testing some adventure moose inserts?
People have been trying it, yeah, but I don't know. It's when I was racing with BMW, of course I was riding an adventure sized motorcycle, although it was quite a bit lighter, and we were going, we'll call it adventure speeds, but never. The thing is, as on the dirt, you're always moving around, and it's not building that super hot spot right on the center knobs or center tread. Because you think about the way, when you start riding, and you can see this if you have some tires, sometimes they rub your mud flap on your dirt bike. Your tire gets stretched out and it rubs the mud flap, sort of a thing. Well, that's what a tire does. It kind of stretches out, and it eventually just builds this one little hot spot, like right on the center of the tread. And so there's a lot of heat that gets developed in that because it's kind of always slipping. It's always like scratching the ground. So there's a lot of stuff going on that you got to be careful of. So yeah, adventure bikes and a bib moose, no bueno, says Mark Daniels. I think that's where we're at on the whole thing. You might be able to get away with one on the front for a little while, but I think we're still in the air zone for that.
It seems a little sketchy.
Yeah. There's dumb people like me that'll keep trying this stuff. Somebody will send me something and say, "Hey, give this a shot." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a fire extinguisher." So I want to thank you for coming on. It's been good times over the years. Hey, how did I remember last time I was at your house down in Southern California? You had a lot of bike builds going on. Did you ever complete those things?
Oh yeah. So I had a 71 CB 750, kind of like brat style, like that. Finished that thing. I had a 2003 XR 650L that I did like a full tear down and rebuild and put XR 600 parts and NX 650 parts and all kinds of crazy shit. I just recently sold that one. I sold a couple other vintage bikes before I moved up here, but I still have I have a 68 shovelhead. And then I have a 76 KZ900, the LTD model. So those ones are keepers, not getting rid of those. But still, if I can find the right bike, right, like I'll go and buy it. Like I like all the stuff from the 70s. It's all that stuff super cool. Like I just built like a XR, is it that XL 350? Yeah, XL 350, like a 78 or something.
Did it have a 23-inch front wheel?
It wasn't the 23. It was the 21. That's 23. That was it's cool. Yeah,
that was the XL 500. I have a picture up at our cabin. My buddy Dave Donatoni clicking the biggest decoster. We want to call it a cross up. He did a decoster on that thing. The 23 front is just blaring, and it's like that's the one thing I'm like 23-inch front wheel because they said that was going to be the thing back in the day. So don't think next year when some motocross team starts running 23-inch front wheels to get over the hoops a little bit better, don't think it's brand new technology.
They're going to start running 20s again.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that nightmare. That was crazy. Well, awesome. So, and you said CR250 earlier. That's 2-stroke, right?
Yeah. 03 CR250 2-stroke, man.
03. So still mechanical power valve.
Yep. Or no
power jet in the carburetor? Or
no, it's the
RC valve.
Power valve. It's RC valve.
How's the bog?
So I have different jetting, different needle, like the whole nine in the stock.
We'll call it the Eric Krippa setup.
No, it really is. It truly is. Like I looked it up when I was still there, right? So
I'm totally responsible for 90% of the testing on that because those guys, they got smart and they put some sort of traction control in the damn ECU. So when you come out of a turn, you want to launch out of a double jump and you need to spin it up the face of the jump and load the tire. Well, once you start spinning, it like slams that power valve down and it feels like a bog.
Yeah, it's fun to ride. I mean, I have an exhaust. It's all stock motor or whatever, but good suspension and whatnot. But it's fun. It's just I don't know. Maybe I like the 450s better, but it's like I don't know. I'm
Gotta
not.
have a two-stroke. That's why I have a YZ125 out in the garage. I still ride it quite a bit.
Well, that YZ125 is a whole nother deal. Like that bike is super super fun. Like that's the bike. Right? I had a couple of those over the years, and that's a fun bike to have in the stable and just go rip some wet dirt motos for sure.
Right. I wore the carb out on mine. So anyways, Matt has fallen asleep again. It's past his bedtime. So that means it's time to shut the show down. I'd really, really appreciate you coming on, Jason. Good to talk to you again. I'm sure we will ride again in the near future. Let me know when I can ride one of those Can-Am electrical bikes. I know some guys in the development business that can ride and not talk about stuff.
Yeah, no, you're on the list for the electric bike deal, and then we'll get you on one of those rallies out in the lake beds.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Matt, for staying awake, and thanks everybody for joining in on the show. Remember, comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you can do, and we will see you out on the trail possibly next week.
See ya.
Cheers.